stand. He is the man that's going to give him the green as they rumble off turn number 4. Here's Kyle Rickey with the call.
Here they come off of turn number 4. Pace car is in. Green flag from Derek Brown goes in the air, and we are underway in the call before you dig 81. Marcello Ruffano in the outside lane. Teddy Hodgson to the bottom. Outside lane prevails. For now, it is Ruffano to the front.
Ruffano with a brand new race car, the Baricalaccio machine. Runs on rails. It's a Raceworks chassis car. It sets the pace. Hodgson right there on his back bumper. Car number 55, Connecticut. He can reel him in. Close but no cigar. And here is the defending race winner, car number 50. Ronnie Williams in the 3rd spot. Lead change on lap number 2 when they cross the line. Hodgson has it by a nose.
With Marcello Ruffano still in that outside lane, just in front of Ronnie Williams in 3rd. Glen Reen in 4th, then a bit of a gap back to Cipriano in 5th as they come back off of turn number 4. Teddy Hodgson out front this time by a full car length at the start-finish line. In fact, Ronnie Williams will get to 2nd.
We've got a car sliding down through the center of the infield.
That's the 50, I believe, of Gallup.
Gallup off to a good start originally, but then a mix-up causes him to go around.
In the outside lane, pulls back up alongside and pulls back out front to retake the top spot.
Keep your eyes on Glen Reen. We haven't seen him run this strong in quite some time. His confidence is up tonight as Reen puts the Dan Avery race car to the top side. All of a sudden, Williams' car starts to falter. Bellows machine drops off the pace. Caution flag is out.
Off turn 4, down for the restart. Still working lap number now 5 of this event. Williams going to get a second life here at the front of the field off of turn number 2, and this time will maintain a position among the race leaders, and in fact may have the top spot by the time they come back off the corner. He will maybe with Teddy Hodgson to his right elbow.
But just as he is able to set the pace up front, here comes Glen Reen. Reen sees an opening. He makes a bid for it to the inside. It does not work. Meanwhile, Woody Pitcat is starting to surface among the top 6 cars. Off the turn, there is a 51 machine going forward as well. That is Joey Cipriano. Cipriano has one of those economy motors in that car that they run in super late model racing down south. Look at Glen Reen. He steps on the gas and he becomes the brand new leader of the event. Glen Reen looking like days of old. He is long overdue. Once Reen is in command, he is the rabbit chased by the dogs.
And here comes Joey Cipriano up to the 2nd spot, and don't look now, but Woody Pitcat slowly but surely and methodically making his way up through the field. He's in 3rd in car number 88.
As that is happening, there's a side-by-side battle between Ruffano in the 14 car and Teddy Hodgson. Hodgson running the top side, Ruffano down low. As they come off the turn, Todd Owen is also threading the needle and starting to try to get in that front pack of cars. As Owen sets directly behind Ruffano, the 2 white cars. Now Hodgson gets shuffled a bit. Todd Owen gives him a smooch to the back bumper. No love affair there.
Further back, the 77 of Gallo goes to the inside of Pastriak to pick up the spot just inside the top 10. That's a battle for 8th. Gallo in the 77, Pastriak in the 75. Then it's David Arute, that red, white, and blue number 75, rounding out the front 10.
Well, as they come off turn number 4, Glen Reen has a lead of .311 over the number 51 of Joey Cipriano. We haven't seen Joey that much this year in any of the events that have been run so far, but today he is among the shining stars at the front of the field. Meanwhile, Woody Pitcat continues to run with the Cam McDermott prepared race car. Doug Dunleavy owns the number 88. That's setting in the 3rd spot, and then the 4th position. That's where the action is. Ronnie Williams and Marcello Ruffano. It seems like Ruffano's got a 2nd win, Kyle, and he is all of a sudden looking racy again.
Ruffano in position number 5, in number 14. looking to the inside and is all over the back bumper of Ronnie Williams. And at this stage of the race, how much are you just managing your car, managing your tires, just wanting to get to the end and say make a run for it over the course of the last 10 laps, this being an 81 lap feature event here tonight for the Open Modifieds. Still early on, just 14 laps complete for race leader Glen Reen.
And while Glen Reen continues to be the driving force up front, the margin is starting to dwindle just a bit. Cipriano is getting closer and closer. And you said it right, Kyle, when you talked about tire management. Even though this is an 81 lap event, they have to save as much as possible to get to the end of the event and see who is able to conquer this the call before you dig event. Glen Reen dominating so far. Look back to the bottom of the top 10 as Todd Owen's machine is in 7th spot, car number 20. Matt Gallo is in 8th position, and Chris Pastriak is now worked his way out or up to the top 8. Todd Owen drops back to 9th, and Jeff Gallo is up to the 10th position.
Huge save a lap ago for David Arute in the 75 after being bypassed by Gallup off of turn number 4. Arute had that car pointing toward the infield. We give up another spot to Craig Lutz this time by, moving to 75, back into position number 12.
So there's good action in mid-pack as well. The Bello car is back down on pit road. Looks like that is not going to be the fix that they were looking for. Meanwhile, 19 laps up on the board of 81, and things are starting to get closer. Here's a bid for the lead. Joey Cipriano down underneath Glen Reen. Off the turn, third different leader of the event. Car number 51 for Joey Cipriano. Glen Reen has to settle back in the second. Don't think he's done yet. Woody Pitcat still in third. And still, that battle is going on, Kyle, between the Rafano 14 car and Teddy Hodgson.
Perhaps was it by design? Maybe let somebody else pace the field here as we are in a long green flag run, and it has that green flag feel for race leader Joey Cipriano. Glen Reen in second. A couple of car lengths in front of Woody Pitcat, who was unchallenged in third. Rafano and Hodgson, as you mentioned, still among the top 5. We missed Williams there, running in position number 4 after leading early on. He is settled into line in that 4th spot.
Yes, they come off the turn, and the margin is .308 between Joey Cipriano and Glen Reen. You might wonder what's happening there. There's a good side-by-side battle as the number 00 is starting to make its presence known. That's the Craig Lutz machine that started back in the 20th position. It's now just broken into the top 10. And that 00 has been picking up a car or so each lap. So we haven't seen Eric Goodale yet. He usually rides out the first half of the event, and then he comes to life in the third quarter.
Moving around Todd Owen, as you mentioned that, off of turn number 2 is Eric Goodale. He's off of turn number 4, but still outside of the top 10 in that 58 car running in 12, several car lengths behind David Arute in the 75. Further up, Rafano slides up the racetrack, opens the door for Teddy Hodgson. Battle for 5th on the speedway as we come around to complete lap number 26. Move Hodgson up to 5th, Rafano back to 6th. Then
looks like
picking up just behind them.
Yep, Matty Gallo in the 7th spot. Chris Pastriak up to 8th. Jeff Gallup, who was up to 6th at one point, drops back to 9th, and Craig Lutz rounds out the top 10. David Arute is one spot out with Eric Goodale. Still Joey Cipriano, still in command, and that car is setting some amazing times off turn number 4 down to the stripe again, and Joey Cipriano is now stringing it out by .625. He is definitely starting to pull away, and actually the margin is getting bigger between Woody Pitkat and Ronnie Williams. That's the 88 and the 50 car. Gallo is there, and then right behind him it is Jeff Gallup. As Gallup tries to work over Gallo with that number 77 car. And that battle is for the 7th and 8th position. Pastriak running 9th, and Lutz is in a holding pattern in position number 10.
It's the way they run among the top 10. No real battle for position toward the front. You have Glen Reen keeping Joey Cipriano within arm's length at the front of the field. Then a bit of a bigger gap back to third. Woody Pitkat, some 15 car lengths back and running unchallenged in that spot. Ronnie Williams in fourth, also by himself on the speedway. And then the 55 of Teddy Hodgson rounding out the top 5. They stack up right where you're looking now. 6th on back, Marcello Rafano in the 14.
That car is starting to loosen up, and it's getting a little bit evil on him at this point. Meanwhile, Gallo is still trying to run in the tire tracks, and now all of a sudden Rafano's car comes off the turn. Can't do it this time, but they are all over the Rafano race car, which was real loose that time as Gallo is trying to make the move to the bottom. They almost come together, and look at Marcello Rafano trying to keep that car in position. He loses 2.
Gallup, the big gainer off the corner as Pastriak is out of shape and stacks the field up just a bit from 9th on back with Lutz and Goodale as they come back off of turn number 4. Gallo in car 77 moves to 6th. Going to be Gallup in the next spot in 7th, and then Rafano. They single out Gallup back to the inside.
Well, Gallup is showing he has done his homework today in that test session. He moves to the inside of Gallo. Off the turn, they are pretty much evenly matched to the bottom of turn number 1. Up another position. Gallup moves into the 6th spot now currently. He's doing a good job, and now once he gets around Gallo, he closes up the gap. Now back up front, Cipriano. Margin starts to disappear, and Glen Reen starts to come to life again. Was Reen playing possum, or was Cipriano trying to get out in front, but has he enough advantage to be able to hold on as Glen Reen continues to apply the pressure? 39 as they come back to the line of 81 in this call before you dig event.
Closing in on halfway as George Bissett Jr. comes back out on the speedway in car number 1, many laps down as the field straightens off of turn number 2 and up the back straightaway. Glen Reen is there within a car length of Joey Cipriano, challenging for the race lead. Can't make a move. 40 laps complete, 41 laps to go, and the call before you dig, open 81 for the open modifieds. And here's Reen with a run. Is he just testing the waters? Nope, he's going to the inside.
He's going for it. Glen Reen goes down low, clean pass, and Glen Reen puts Dan Avery's race car to the front of the field for the 2nd time. 41 laps now show on the board. Once Glen Reen takes the lead, he shakes off Cipriano like a dog who has fleas. It is still the leader of the pack, being Glen Reen as they come back to the line. While that was happening, Craig Lutz and Eric Goodale were battling at the bottom of the top 10. And there's the 0-0 you can see with Goodale right there on his back bumper. These are 2 drivers from the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. Steve LeMay's prepared race car that Jimmy Page owns, the 0-0. They've had a lot of success over the years. And that car is being shown in the 9th position with Eric Goodale in the 10th spot.
That's the way they run toward the back half of the field. You see the battle here deeper in the pack. led by Marcello Rafrano in car number 14 as they race off of turn number 2. Buddy Charette, David Arute, all part of that traffic. And one car spins off of turn number 2. It's Rafrano.
Type of strategy. The beginning of every race, he doesn't run hard. He works it very slowly to his advantage, uses the pit stops to gain a lot of positions. I would not be surprised to see Eric Goodale on the podium, Kyle. Let's see what's going to happen as Kyle Rickey brings it back to you.
Still a long way to go here. Second half of this main event is underway, and it's the outside lane of Cipriano that gets the jump as they go back to turn number 1. Woody Pitcat going to take advantage of the caution and of the restart. Moving into the second spot on Glen Reen, who's to his inside, just behind Cipriano. Race leader off of turn number 4. Cars scatter further back, but everybody's okay as they complete lap number 45 with Joey Cipriano at the point.
Well, the guy to keep your eyes on now is the 00, believe it or not. Craig Lutz, who started this feature event in the 20th position in Jimmy Page's race car prepared by Steve LeMay. That car has moved forward lots of positions on the racetrack. He's into the top 5, is now down the back straightaway. A little cat and mouse action like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. It is Joey Cipriano and Glen Reen running hot and heavy at the front of the field.
Another lap in the books, no change. Glen Reen still hounding the back bumper of Joey Cipriano, and they are building a gap, albeit a small one right now, 3 laps after the restart on Woody Pitcat, who is in 3rd. Ronnie Williams in 4th. Craig Lutz rounding out the top 5. Then it's Eric Goodale, as you mentioned, kind of quietly and consistently making his way back toward the front of the field in position number 6. And Teddy Hodgson rounds out that second group of 5 from about 3rd on back. Come off of turn number 4, laps clicking away, 49 in the books.
You know, on the last circuit, 3 cars were among the quickest cars out during that lap. They were not the leaders. They were Craig Lutz with the 00, Eric Goodale the 58, and Teddy Hodgson the 55 Connecticut. They are in a pack of cars that are raging for the 5th, 6th, and 7th position. Meanwhile, Glen Reen continues to try to apply the pressure to Joey Cipriano. Here comes Reen again. He sees daylight at the bottom, but Cipriano continues to shake him off.
Good look to the inside off of turn number 4. Caution is out for trouble in turn number 4.
Oh, and gets a front left tire repaired on that machine.
Gallo down on the pit lane as well in car number 77 as the field is coming to green, this time beginning to thin the field out as they come off of turn number 4. Joey Cipriano leads the way as they come back down the stripe with 30 laps to go.
The green flag is back out, and Cipriano continues to be the driving force up front. Woody Pitcat sees a little daylights. Lutz is there, forced to back out of it a bit behind Pitcat. They thought that's the lane that's going to go. Now, once Pitcat gets wound up, he tries to make the move. There is Williams in the 4th spot with car number 50. Williams is on the move. Here comes Pitcat. No surprises here. 52 of 81. It is still leader of the pack. Surprise, surprise. Dan Avery's race car is back at the front of the field, and Glen Reen looks like Superman at the front of the class.
Here they come off of turn number 4. Woody Pitcat within a couple of car lengths of Glen Reen for the race lead. Cipriano in 3rd, Williams in 4th, where he has been much of this event. Teddy Hodgson making a couple of aggressive moves a couple laps ago to move into the top 5, making another one here in turn number 3 to the inside of Williams for 4th.
Teddy Hodgson's car has come to life, and he has been up on the wheel since the start of this event. Meanwhile, directly behind him is now the Williams machine, as it is now being chased down by Craig Lutz Eric Goodale and Buddy Charette and Jeff Gallup all moving forward among the top 10.
Woody Pitkat just slipped up a bit off of turn number 4, lost a ton of ground to Glen Reen, and looks like losing a bit more this time up the back straightaway. They are stacked up behind him, and Cipriano and Hodgson.
They come together like two cymbals in an orchestra. That shuffles Cipriano back off the podium for the very first time into the 4th position.
I think Hodgson
Look at Hodgson.
It was time to go for him. He went to the inside of Cipriano and now goes to the inside of Pitkat, knowing that he has the faster car at this stage of the event. Looks like he does. He's up to 2nd after running 6th a few laps ago. Has a bit of work to do, though, to close in on race leader Glen Reen, about 6 car lengths, but he's chopping that up in a hurry.
He certainly is. He dive bombed into turn number 3, and he picked up at least 2 car lengths there. Fastest car on the racetrack, no question about it. It is Teddy Hodgson. He is moving in. Shows you what a difference with a quick tire change can be. The car, quick chassis adjustment on pit road, and a great driver behind the wheel in Teddy Hodgson. But Glen Reen is more than hungry for this one. He has been on and off the racetrack, and now tonight, it is his night to shine. 60 of 81. Pitkat now being pressured heavily by Joey Cipriano, and Ronnie Williams still right there.
Now that car has gone evil the last couple laps for Woody Pitkat. Has lost a ton of ground, continuing to lose ground on the racetrack, and may lose that 3rd spot to Joey Cipriano, who continues to apply the pressure to the back bumper. 2 drivers up front looking for their first open wins here at the Speedway, in Glen Reen and Teddy Hodgson, and 20 prior runnings of open races here at the Stafford Speedway. They are winless. Glen Reen out front right now. Hodgson has been close.
Oh, good move further back in the pack by David Arute. He just went around the Lutz car, had the car almost sideways coming off the turn, and now David Arute is up to the 6th spot. Just a few laps ago, that car was also struggling at the bottom of the top 10. That's no longer the case. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It's just getting quicker and quicker every time by.
Off of turn 2, last time by 9/10 of a second between Glen Reen and Teddy Hodgson. Let's see if that interval will change at all as they come off of turn number 4, or if Teddy has stabilized in that 2nd spot. He closes in 0.8 of a second between the top 2. At that pace, he has plenty of time to get to the front, although time is beginning to run thin. 65 of 81 complete for race leader Glen Reen, and 2nd place contending Teddy Hodgson. Woody Pitkat continues to fade in 3rd, some 2.7 seconds back.
And there's no question, Teddy Hodgson has a car. When he goes into turn number 3, that's the strongest point for him. He steps on the gas, can get on the gas earlier in the apex of 3 and 4. So he is gaining. Last time by, 7/10. But he's moving in and getting closer. And just as we called it, Woody Pitkat's car has become a handful for him. Joey Cipriano, and look at David Arute. He's coming to the front like the old hot knife through butter as he continues to work over now Joey Cipriano. That is a great battle going on for the 4th position.
David Arute looking to the inside off of turn number 4. Looking to take that spot away, as you mentioned, but can't make it work. Cipriano hangs on to it in the 51, Arute in the 75. Both cars have lost a bit of ground to Woody Pitkat, who maintains his position in 3rd in car number 88.
Well, it is narrowed down. Teddy Hodgson had it down to 5/10 between him and Glen Reen. The last circuit, it was 6/10. But here, the leader comes up on lap traffic. Will it become a factor at all? As it appears that Hodgson is moving in. Take a look at this one. 6/10 between 1st and 2nd.
About the same as last time by, as they work around the Matt Gallo lap car number 77. Good battle further back in the top 5. Cipriano right there at the 51. You see David Root continuing to peek to the inside. Does he have the drive off the corner? He does not. Cipriano at high side momentum. He hangs on to position number 4 for now.
Well, it's still a torrid battle between first and second under the watch of the clock. And the last time, again, consistency. 6/10 between first and second.
Hodgson going to need to dig a bit deeper here to close in on Glen Reen as we are within the final 10 laps.
Further back, that the battle between David Arute and Cipriano. David Arute, he's coming to the front in the 4th position. Now, David Arute was started in the 12th spot, got involved in some traffic, and then was able to work his magic and come all the way up. He's in 4th. His next target becomes Woody Pitcat, and he is wheeling in Pitcat. So Arute's car is getting quicker.
Unfortunately, though, that battle about a full straightaway behind the race leader who crosses the line now. 5 laps to go for Glen Reen. Teddy Hodgson now losing touch, 0.8 of a second back in second. Then that large gap of some 5 seconds back to Woody Pitcat in 3rd, who then has his hands full right now in turn 3.
He certainly does. He's giving it his all, but that car is suddenly evil as he comes off the turn. David Arute continues to run right there with him as Glen Reen in search of a victory. It's been a long time, as Kyle told you, the stats for Glen Reen. At one point, he had almost decided he was going to give up for a while, but he never gave up, and tonight could be the crowning jewel for him. Back in the winner's circle at Stafford with Dan Avery, the man that has supported him. Popsicle sticks are up, 2 laps to go.
Looking for his first open win here at the Stafford Motor Speedway is Glen Reen. 0.7 of a second back is Teddy Hodgson. Once again closing in, but may run out of time here. And the call before you dig, 81 off of turn 4. White flag this time for race leader Glen Reen. Final trip around the Stafford Speedway.
There's no question about it. Glen Reen is long overdue for a victory here at Stafford. He puts the horsepower Hill Farms Dan Avery race car deep into turn number 3. Glen Reen off turn number 4 is done it. He is back in victory lane here at Stafford. Teddy Hodgson, a great run for 2nd. What's the story for 3rd? It is Woody Pitcat. David Arute to finish in 4th. Joey Cipriano for 5. Ronnie Williams for 6. Eric Goodale for 7th. Greg Lutz will finish in 8th. Buddy Charette will finish in the 9th spot, and Jeff Gallup will round out the top 10.
That's Joey Muchacharo finishing in 11th on the lead lap, along with Nick Anglais in 12th, Austin Bissett, Todd Owen in 14th. Final car on the lead lap. Everybody else had issues throughout the night, including Matt Gallo in 15th, Artie Peterson 16th, George Bissett Jr. in 17th, Chris Pastriak 18th, Marcello Refrano 19th, and Devin O'Connell 20th. Anthony Bello will round out the 21 cars that took the green flag. Congratulations to our race winner, Glen Reen. First open modified win here at the Stafford Motor Speedway, and this being the 21st open race here at the track in this division's history.
You know, and Glen Reen has worked so hard. As we said, he overcame the odds, and for a while he set out, but through the efforts of Dan Avery and everybody continuing to support him, he is back in winning form here at the Stafford Motor Speedway in a well-deserved victory. And what about Teddy Hodgson? He did an amazing job to come back to the front of the field to finish in 2nd. And of course, Woody Pitcat held on to the very end in true championship style to be among the top 3 cars.
Don't forget, we are back in action next Friday night, featuring the SK Light Modifieds in their 40-lap feature event. We double down next Friday for the SK Lights. Let's go down trackside. Our podium finishers have made it to victory lane, including our race winner, Glen Reen.
Glen Reen getting out of that potent 10A machine, goes to victory lane. And the call before you dig, 811, 81-lap main event. Man, good to see you back here in Victory Lane. It's Glen Reen.
It's been a long time. I took some time off. I got to thank the good Lord for the opportunity to be here. That's first and foremost. I got to thank Dan Avery and his whole Keith Rocco racing team. It's awesome to have a teammate behind me like Keith and his brother Jeff that did just a phenomenal job on the car this weekend. I got to thank my girlfriend for coming out and all my friends. Sullivan was doing an awesome job. Avery Construction, Tech Ed Products, Stone and Lime for all their support and help, and all the fans for coming out, and Stafford for all the updates they've done. It looks phenomenal, and the track is awesome, and I just thank everybody, man. And I brought the throwback suit because I forgot my suit, so we got Dan Avery's Porter and Chester suit from back in the day.
Great job, buddy.
This guy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Hope you had some fun watching. It was a good time.
All right, man, good race. Congratulations to Glen Reen. He goes to Victory Lane, and what a race it was. 81 laps later, your winner, the 10A. Let's talk to our second place